I'm gonna do it for here. We'll roll for noise real quick. So name, and if you're the founder, and say Terror Traders.
You want me right in the camera? You want me off the camera?
You can look at me.
Okay, perfect.
You can look at me.
Hey, my name is Jason Swarr, and I am the co-owner of Terror Trader, Arizona's only year-round horror marketplace. So Terror Trader is, I say it's a horror marketplace, and that's exactly what it is. I always tell people it's like, think of an antique store where people come in and rent booth space, and they rent, cubby holes, they rent rooms, and that's what this is, except everything here, you're not gonna find grandma's dishes, you may find grandma's ashes, right? Because everything is super creepy here. I think what about the horror, I guess the world, right? It's definitely a world in itself, and it is a black hole, I call it, because it will suck you in and you cannot get out, right? And this is why I love it. The emotions you feel when you watch a horror movie, especially for the first time, or you're a little bit skittish and you're gonna watch something that's gonna got a lot of jump scares, I tell people the chemical reaction in your body is something that you've never experienced before, right? It's something that you won't get out of watching, maybe an action movie or a comedy or something like that. When you get scared, when you have a jump scare or you have something that pops in you, the first thing that happens right after you're scared, right? First off, you're bundled up like, oh my God, and then a smile. 100% of the time, a smile follows that. Now, you show me any other movie can do that. You show me any other genre can do that and keep that and get that blood flow and that jolt of lightning through your body. That attracted me. And then the fandoms. The fandoms, oh my God, just in horror movies in general, let alone Halloween, it's just a really cool, spooky vibe, right? People, they fan out over just movies about people getting killed. No, this is weird to think about this, but it's actually fun. And I just think, is that a release? Is that something that, your built up, aggressions or something that you have through your daily life, society, your job, and this is a way to release it without actually causing harm. I think that has something to do with it, and I'm not look, I got a PhD, but it's a plain high school diploma, right? But it's, that's what it kind of goes around, and it keeps me that magnetism, right? It keeps me here, and the coolest people in the world are just horror fans, right? The monster kids out there, they love it. We can sit and talk hours and hours and days and go to conventions and just talk about horror, right? And hang out with our favorite stars. You don't see that in romantic comedies. You don't see that, on just regular dramas. This is it. We're a tribe, and this is why I love the pulp culture side of it. This is the culture of the horror genre. The first horror movie I ever saw, well, the first horror movie I can really remember, right? I mean, I think in my, early 6, 7, 8-year-old, I go around and I see horror movies on TV and all that stuff, but I wouldn't really pay attention. But I never forget the day I sat down and watched a horror movie. And it was going to my local video store, which is called Video Barn back in the day. And I was actually going in, I was 11 years old. I was going with my brother and I was looking for, I think, E.T., right? And I'm an 80s kid, so I'm old, right? So it was just horror movie posters all over the place. And there was an older guy running the counter. And he's like, what are you looking for, kid? And I was like, E.T., I want something, you know, something in that. I think that's what it was.
E.T. E.T., 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 be good.
And he kind of looked at me, smiled, and he grabbed a VHS cassette and he showed it to me. He goes, you ever seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre? And I'm like, oh no, I have never seen this. And I look at my older brother, and my brother's like, yeah, I'll rent it for you. And that night I took it home and I went in my basement. I got it, put it in my VCR, and I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre from start to finish, and it was completely terrified me.
Stop!
After you stop screaming, you'll start talking about it.
I was a wreck, but at that point, I'm like, I've never felt emotions like this. I've never felt feelings like this watching a movie, and then I was hooked. That was it. From that day on, I was a monster kid. I loved horror movies. There's a lot of things in Terror Trader that I love, and pretty much everything I love here at the store, but there is one place, one room that I find myself gravitating to constantly, and that is our oddities room, right? And what is an oddity, okay? Because once again, you come to our shop, there's mainstream horror, there's vintage horror, whether it's, you know, your Frankensteins, all the way to your Chuckies and your Jason Voorhees and all that. But those are make-believe, okay? Those are stories. Those are things we come up with to entertain people, right? We have a room that is filled with real death and real macabre and real voodoo and real ritual stuff, and just, it's crazy. It's our oddities room. And yes, we have human skulls there, we have real cursed objects there, we have haunted dolls, we have all the types of stuff that we try to contain in a very scary environment. And I say scary because we have chants from Aleister Crowley playing over the music. It's a little bit colder in there. There's that smell of incense. There's an altar of the dead that you can actually write stuff to your loved ones. It has the feel, the vibe, the candlelight feel and all that stuff that just, I'll spend days in this room, and it is amazing. And everybody goes in there comes out a different person sometimes. Some people won't even go in there. They'll walk in and be like, nope, this is not for me. And that makes me just as equally excited because I know that's a special room. And is there paranormal activity coming out of there? Absolutely. And we have tons of actually security footage that actually shows things flying off shelves and stuff like that. So it's a blast. It's an experience in itself in a small, tiny room, but you leave there going, wow, I've never seen things like this in my entire life.